What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Kardashians Weekly here on AfterBuzz TV. Today, we are super excited to have two of the people who make the show Revenge Body what it is today. Please don't go anywhere.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
What is up, you guys? Again, welcome back to AfterBuzz TV. We are here again for Kardashians Weekly. We love coming here every single week to let you guys know all of the ins and outs of this wonderful family that we cannot help but keep track of. It's super addicting to keep up with the Kardashians. But today, we are joined by two amazing people, some of the casting directors of our favorite show, Revenge Body by Khloe Kardashian. So they're here in studio to let us know all about the show and the intense casting process. But before we start, please introduce yourself and let everyone know where they can find you on social media.
Sure. My name is Dana. It's spelled D-A-N-A. Last name is A-S-A-D-I. My social media is Dana Asadi. All one word. Instagram. That's about it. Instagram,
All right.
Facebook.
Awesome.
And mine is Sheila Conlin at Conlin Co TV. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
All right.
Hey everybody, it's Howard III. Nice to see you. Nice to be heard.
Yes. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us today. You guys have been very, very busy the past couple weeks, I'm sure. So, yeah, so thanks for coming in. What is the first steps when you're trying to cast such a great show like this?
First steps, well, fortunately, we did it before.
Yes.
So, we are continuing the casting process. And so how we begin is obviously getting the word out. Mm-hmm. So number one is social media is a big deal, right? And, we put up on the Conlin Company casting page that we're looking for this. And that usually draws a lot of attention because everybody's going there to find out what we're casting for next. And, we come up with our questionnaire. We come up with flyers such as these that we do. And basically we get out the word everywhere we can. And I really believe in grassroots casting and outreach. So it's picking up the phone. It's finding out who knows who that could do this, whether it's them or somebody else. But really finding that. And we also love getting out on the street. Mm-hmm. As you encountered
yes.
The other day, right?
That was so cool. I was in Woodland Hills at the Village Mall, the outdoor mall, and these two wonderful ladies came up and the group that I was talking to, and they're like, hey guys, just to let you know, here's a flyer. We're casting for Khloe Kardashian's show. You may have heard of it. It's called Revenge Body. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do the after show. So I was excited to see that they were out there really searching for people, because a lot of people might have misconceptions that you guys just hire actors or whatever.
Oh God, no.
Not
God,
true at all.
No.
Yeah.
And I can tell you there is a huge process that goes into starting any show in the casting process. So I bring in someone like Donna as, supervising casting producer, and she gets everything up and running, kind of give them a little snippet of what you do when you come in, because there's a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
Before we even get to this, a lot more. So what kind of things do you do?
Where, we started first season. We cast the first and the second season. So we did the questionnaire, and it was really... actually, in the first season, we weren't supposed to actually give out what the show is about. So we asked questions leading into what we want to know, like if there's someone that they need closure from, or to get basically that revenge on, confront. So came up with a questionnaire, and then just putting the word out there, doing a lot of outreach in every aspect. And also coming up with an interview style that to get the authentic moments out of someone, to kind of make them, because usually people come in and they're nervous, and just to get the authentic bites out of them, to really break down to see who they are as a person and what their story is really about.
Right, and this is such a different show. This isn't a dating show. It's not Hell's Kitchen, which I've done forever, where, we go in and find out, can they cook, can they not cook, or do they want to own a restaurant? This is one where our interview process, we're in there with them for at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half, because it does have to be for us to find out who are they, what is their story, what happened to them, what happened where all of a sudden they gained so much weight, or happened a long time ago, they couldn't lose the weight, what's the block? And, you can't get that out of someone in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot, as Donna said, that goes into it: planning, paperwork, organization, timelines. So there's the business side of it, and then there's the creative side, where we get to be out there and actually meeting the people and figuring out who are they and are they right for the show. There's a lot of criteria that they need to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's involved, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then speaking of like getting out there and meeting the people, so when you guys did your LA casting today, what was that like? What type of people did you meet? Who did you interview? How did that go?
Well, it was really, this is the first time we did an open call. And it was interesting. I mean, we got a pretty good crowd. People responded when they saw the open call. It's like, oh my God, we can come out and meet people and talk to them right then and there. It was a very diverse group. We had one guy who came from Ventura.
Wow.
So he traveled far, and he is determined to be on the show. He's like, I want to be on the show. And then, we had some people that want to be on the show. I think they were coming just to check out to see who was going to be there.
Okay, yeah.
And, and as the word that Donna used earlier, authentic, maybe not so authentic for the show, just trying to see what they could do. But no, overall, it was great. I think we interviewed 25 some people.
Yeah, a little more than that, yeah. And there was one girl who wanted to fly in from Chicago. And I told her, no, it's okay. I'll do a Skype interview with you. Don't worry about it. She flew in to the meet and greet.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
That we had at Luke's gym. So, yeah, I mean, people just want to, from all kinds of
Well, that's the
states,
thing.
different states, national.
That's the thing I would love, and I've talked about it with the executive producers. I'm like, this show should be from all different cities. Right now we have to do everything in Los Angeles.
Right. Oh.
And it has to be that way because the trainers are all here, and just the way it's set up, and for e-entertainment and everything, it's LA based. Wow. But I have applications and people calling in from South Africa, London, China, India.
Wow.
Oh my God, I just
my
had that they
gosh.
want to do the show. So it's very popular all over the world.
Yeah,
Wow.
It is. A lot from England, a lot from Scotland, Ireland, even Egypt, all kinds of different countries.
Here's an idea. You could always do like Revenge Body India edition. Like you could like totally
Well,
travel.
I wasn't even going to say that,
Totally.
Dakota, because I have like on
Australia.
Revenge Body Atlanta,
Exactly.
New York.
That is so
Yes.
cool. That'd be so amazing. And especially like, how they do like Kindle or Kylie and not Kylie. They haven't done one together yet, but like,
I like Kindle. That's a good one.
yeah, like Kim and Courtney take Miami or something like that. Yeah.
Right,
Revenge
right.
Body takes Miami.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
I spin off, yeah.
I mean, seriously, there would be no shortage of people that would want to do it.
Right.
That is for sure.
Yeah.
So as you can imagine then, that makes our job a little bit more, narrow, tough, to pick from people in LA and surrounding area. Because again, the show is so unique. People get to live at home. They go to their jobs. They have to learn how to incorporate this big change, this mind, body, soul change.
Yeah.
By living their life, which I think is why it really works. Because if you go away, Biggest Loser and all those other shows, you're off in another house, you're secluded from your family, your everyday life. Once you leave that, you go back home, you're like, how do I do this?
Right.
Where's my food? I got to go get food. So this show, our trainers are amazing. They teach everyone, how do you buy food? How do you cook food? How do you figure out your schedule when you have to go to work or take care of your kids or do whatever it is to fit in that routine? So I was just telling Donna earlier, I'm like, I need to, keep my revenge body going. And my hardest thing, she goes, well, your schedule. And I go, I know. We're actually doing the show, and
Right.
we can't even find time to work out.
Right.
So that's why I think it's such a unique, amazing show.
It's very like customized to each individual person because no one's life is the same. And as you were saying, some of the other shows, they all fly out to somewhere and they're there for however many weeks to lose the weight. And then you said they have to go back to their families and figure out what they're going to do on their own. You guys really take the time to make sure that everyone is set so that whenever they leave, the only difference is there's not cameras on them.
Exactly.
It's the same lifestyle. I mean, obviously, sometimes the cameras may add a little bit more motivation, but just from keeping up with the previous cast members from season 1 and season 2, it seems like they've really kept it going and really taken it seriously. And I think that's a huge testament to what this show is doing and how it's, still such an incredible thing for people to be involved with. So kudos to you guys, because I know that it all starts with the casting process, because if you guys don't deliver and bring those people,
you have no show.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I've been saying that for 20-some years. I was like, okay, why are the budgets getting smaller and smaller for casting?
Right.
And if you don't have the cast, you can't hire the grip, the camera guy. You can't hire the director. No one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have a show. So it's super, super important. And like I said, there's so many layers to being on this show. You have to have a person that uninhibited, ready to pour it out there and ready to make this huge change, because we have to see that unfold. And as you notice, some will make it, some have a harder time getting there, but that's also relatable, because we all go through that up and down. How many times you start a diet or a workout program and you're like, oh, I'm not going to go today. Oh, I'm going to eat this. Oh, I'm going to do that. And we show that it happens. You fail here and there.
Yeah, some people just they have a hard time trusting the process, and they're like, they're just like, well, I'm not losing enough weight, or I don't know if with Harley, I don't know if I should eat like these crunchy, sugary stuff that he gives me. So it's very interesting to see how people react to like just working with certain trainers and like battling whether or not they can trust the process. A lot of it is about trust.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then what do you guys do for that trust when you do have, not casting, but contestants who are like, I just can't do it. I don't know why I was casted on this show. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I'm not going to be able to lose this 10 pounds.
Well, I think it's like with any of us. Anytime we start something, it's hard to go through it. I think you get scared. There's fear that comes up. And we just get to see it unfold. We get to see those pitfalls. But we all have been there. Right. And whether it's falling in love, whether it's a new job or trying to pursue a career, for sure, trying to work out. I know that's the hardest one.
Right.
But, when they want to give up, it's normal, because you hit this wall sometimes when you feel like you're defeated. You're just not getting there. But that's part of it. You got to break through it.
Exactly.
So we just keep motivating them.
Good.
Some people end up getting fired.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, yeah, if they're not really into it and taking it seriously, then we have to let them go.
Yeah.
And and Chloe has that chat with them. She's watching. She's seeing the progress. She talks to the trainers, and the trainers, they're no bullshit. They're sit there and go, hey, I have people that pay me thousands of dollars to work out with, and if you're not going to do this, I'm not wasting my time with you.
Exactly.
So, which is great, because they're not just doing it to coddle someone; they're doing it to get results.
Yeah,
Right.
That's crazy, because I was going to ask you, have you ever casted someone, took a chance on them, and then filmed multiple days with them, and then have to just kind of scratch their episode because it's not working out?
No, we run a pretty tough ship. So there's a lot of steps that go on prior to that. So by the time we start cameras rolling and we know what we're in for, it's working.
Yeah.
And we know how we're going to follow that story.
Yeah.
And how it's going to go. But yeah, it's a lot of planning goes into it ahead of time.
Do you ever have, like, I guess, backup contestants in case it doesn't work out, like people you're working with on the side, like to see, okay, well, maybe we're not going to air this one, but we're going to go with them?
I could maybe say yes or no. But
Okay. Because that's something I've always wanted to know.
But also, like, even if something doesn't work out, we show that on camera. We don't hide that. Like Joel was fired. Sutka,
Oh, yeah.
Brittany was fired, and she's from first season. But second season, Joel, his conversation with Chloe, she was like, well, you don't have to cry just because I said it. Fake cry. You don't have to fake cry just because I said that. So she called him out on it, and she like recognized that, okay, I'm dealing with someone who's not super like giving me the truth, and then we don't hide it. We don't like scratch it. It's just like a very, because not everyone is fit for this, and not everyone is like, if like mentally you're not prepared for it, it's a mind, body, and soul transformation. It all starts with the mental and the soul. But if you're not mentally ready for it, and he wasn't mentally ready for it, and Chloe called him out on it, and it's fine, but he came to terms with it, and he admitted at the end. So that's what that's the triumph.
Right, and that see how valuable that is for the viewers because they can relate to that, and they'd be going, "Oh, Joel, if you only did this," or or I could do that, or I would love that opportunity. Why did you blow it?
Right.
So it's like, well, but if everybody did everything perfectly,
It would be
not
too.
real.
It wouldn't
it's
be
not
authentic.
real.
Yeah.
It's not
Right.
real because it's not a real. You go through pain,
Right.
and it's hard. Yeah.
Does the person who casted Joel, or somebody like Joel, does that person get in trouble, or do they get a talking to by their supervisor? Because it's like, let's say hypothetically, like Brittany, you casted him. Why didn't you see his whole story was fake? Like, do they get in trouble or no?
No, I mean, we look at the person and what their story is going into it, and so we're going to see how we can follow that through. But it's not about getting in trouble or yelling at someone. It's like, here's an opportunity. We're giving you this opportunity. Here's the guidelines. Here are the guidelines, and this is what we need you to do. And if you don't, the only one you're really hurting is you,
Right.
Because you're the one that's not going to get the results. Or if you're not being truthful or giving us the real, what's really going on, you're only hurting yourself. It's like going to
Definitely.
therapy.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
okay, therapists can't yell at you, right?
Yeah.
So you're just like, get out.
Right?
However, those trainers get to yell a little
Oh
bit.
yes, they do.
Oh, yeah.
They get to. They get to.
We love
yes.
it.
Yeah.
Have you? I mean, obviously you're a producer on the show, so whenever you're watching things unfold, have you ever been there where there's such an intense moment and you kind of have like an out of body experience because you're watching like a trainer, confront one of them? Is it like kind of crazy to like live through the emotions that they're going through?
Oh yeah, completely, to the point where I just forget that I'm like working, like, and there's cameras around and everything. Yeah, we're so invested in each person, in each cast member. We're like family members by now. So yeah, when I see them work out and when I see them getting challenged and I see them, I'm totally out of body experience. And even I'm like in one episode, do you see me? Ken sees Corey for the first time. I don't know if you saw that one.
Okay, yeah.
At the
Oh
gym,
my
and he was
God.
boxing, and then
Yeah.
he ran out of the gym, and I was like, "Go back, Ken." So he kept it.
Wait, yeah, were you the one that like ran after him? Like, wait, what's
Yeah,
happening?
like go back,
yeah,
go
yeah.
back. It's like running.
Oh my gosh.
No,
But,
it is. It's interesting too because if I'm not on set, because a lot of times I'm already moving on to another show,
Right.
but I'll get the phone calls going, okay, this is going on. This is what you need to do. Can you, come in, say this, call, do whatever, because we don't know what's going to happen in any
Right.
given moment, right? And Ken is one of the funniest ones.
It's hilarious.
It's I pursued Ken for a year to get him
Wow.
on the show. Yes.
wow.
He wanted it so bad, but a lot of things got in the way for him the first year because he was living on the East Coast. And I just said, well, you didn't make it first season, but try again for the second one. And he did. And, that was a tough, I could cry because it really, that one, talk about being vested.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was super vested, and his transformation was amazing. He had a lot of stuff to overcome.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just like the weight, like he had so much else going on in his life. And that's what I love about the show, because obviously when you think of the Kardashians, you think, okay, reality TV. So it's the way that you guys have like branded together reality and something so positive as like a weight loss transformation, but also mind, body, and soul as well.
Right.
When you marry those two together, it really gives you something that's not out there right now, especially with you guys are giving, two people one episode, so you get to see everything unfold when you're watching. So it was like a full transformation. It's not like you get to see this person over the course of like 8 weeks or whatever.
Right.
So everything that you guys have done to make the show the way it is the reason that I think we all watch, is because it's so addicting to see from start to finish, all in the course of like, it's an hour, right? Like, I guess with
Right, it's an
commercials, it's
hour.
like 48 minutes or something along those lines.
Yeah,
but-
and we have to give credit to Larissa Matson is our executive producer, and Eli Frankel, who was the creator, the idea for the show. So those two are brilliant in how they put this format together and to make exactly what you just said, for these stories to unfold in a self-contained episode.
Yeah.
Because it makes you, it's like, wow, it all happened. I would love to see them more, but this is just so much more impactful to get it all, in one thing. But also, our purpose isn't to watch someone go from, say, 300 pounds to 120, or you have to be model thin, or you have to, become the superstar. It's just about being healthy. And again, in the healthy in the mind, healthy in the body, physically, healthy.
Right.
And I love that we're supporting that not every size is like this. And also like someone like you that's super thin that we've brought in to say, how does someone want to gain muscle or gain weight, that has a problem no matter what they eat. So, I love that. There's the stigma of a certain look.
Which you guys have really, especially for second season, I don't remember his name, but you brought in the couple where the guy was super thin and
Chad and Allison.
to gain weight. And I love that episode because that's something that I struggle with. I feel like if I ever am on like one of those things where I'm trying to gain muscle and eat the right foods, I'm never getting the balance right. And I'm like, I need someone to like tell me how to do this. So like I learned a lot from that episode. And we had La in, and she was kind of giving me some tips and tricks. And so, but no, I love that you give the opportunity to someone like him as well, because it's like, okay, well, he has his own journey, and he may not be trying to lose weight, but he's trying to gain the right kind of weight. And so I just think that was a really great creative choice, and I hope to see that again because I think it was impactful to a lot of people.
And we are looking for that. We're looking for that story right now too. It's like just that body type that just needs, how do you make it bigger? Because sometimes too thin and not eating properly, that's very unhealthy.
Yeah. And you may look thin, but then like you like obviously like whenever you look at someone and they have their clothes on, you can say, oh wow, they're thin. But like if you take the shirt off, it's like, they may have like the muffin top or, like, so it's like, it's one of those things where skinny fat. And like, I
suffer from that.
And I was telling you guys before,
I
was telling you guys before that was something that I was definitely had a problem with. And then after watching season 1, I just got in the gym and like tried to.
Okay, you're living proof. I wish I would have known this. So everyone, that he watched the show and then you lost how much weight?
I think it was like 27 pounds.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was just one of those things. It was actually I was at the wrap party for season 1 and I was talking to Lacey, and she was just so welcoming and so excited to talk to everybody. And we were telling her how we did the after show, and she was like, "You guys should come in sometime." And I was just looking around at everyone, and everyone was so happy and healthy, and I just was like, "Oh, like I just want to be able
part
to."
of that,
So it really kind of helped kickstart my my journey. But I mean, I've told you like the past month I've kind of fell off a little bit, but I mean, I think it's just so cool and inspiring. But
well, even when we just started, we got the whole team together, and what we've been doing was like, okay, let's go over to this gym. Okay, let's go take this class.
That's cool.
Okay, so we've done like group, our office group going in and like, okay, we have to go see Corey. We have to go see Lacey. Let's go to Simone's. Let's go over here. It's awesome.
That's amazing.
And even like all our former cast members, they get together and work out together. They stay in contact. They do stuff together. They keep each other motivated. It's amazing. The kind of like relationship they form from the show.
That's awesome. Yeah. They can help kind of keep each other accountable too, which is really neat.
Right.
Yeah.
And like Gunnar still works out with Will.
Oh,
still
yeah.
works out at
Oh,
his
right.
gym. Yeah.
He got it good. Let me tell you, like, I'm friends with Will, and he's always telling me how, I'm at Gunnar's, or I'm, whatever. And can you imagine having Gunnar Peterson at your fingertips for like the rest of your life? Like they're such great friends. And like during the interview we did with Gunnar, Will kind of came in the interview, and like just seeing their banter back and forth. It's like you guys could give them their own spin-off. They're hilarious together. It's just
they
too
are.
fun.
They really are.
Don't give them any ideas.
Yeah, I'm sure there's
Probably already one in the works, right?
Exactly.
Gunnar became kind of a father figure to Will, which is so beautiful to watch. And also, like Ken told me the other day, I was like, I was in Philly, so I trained with Corey, because Corey now is training Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Creek 2. And Ken is originally from Philly. So he was like, I was in Philly, and then I trained with Corey. I was like, it's so cute.
See, it's amazing.
So nice.
Yeah. I have to say, a lot of these trainers out there don't get the kudos they deserve.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they do. I mean, we've all been in this gym kind of health kick world for quite a while right now, but when you really get that right mentoring and that right person that knows how to help you with your body and to keep you going, it's pretty special. It's
when you guys, how do you cast the trainers? Do you do an open call also, or do you guys kind of just know, like, or does Chloe have a say in it, or how does that work?
For sure, the how the show was created, these were all of Chloe's hand-picked trainers, ones that she had worked with, and her sisters or her mom or somebody, very much because the show is about Chloe, giving an opportunity to all the top trainers that she works with in LA, and her Glam squad, which is wardrobe, makeup, and all of that, nutritionist. So everything is sanctioned through Chloe.
Yeah.
So of course we have to meet them. Because we have to do a process with them and, for the network as well to be able to show them as an interview on tape. So there's protocol with that.
Right.
But Chloe has the last say-so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As well as when you guys are auditioning people, I would assume you have them do the long questionnaire.
Oh, yeah, that famous long questionnaire.
Yes, that every time we interview anyone of the contestants, they're always telling us, "Oh, the questionnaire was so long," and I was like,
Did you see that one guy from Cosmo? He commented on our questionnaire.
"No, what did he say?"
I think he did it second season or first season. I can't remember. He's like, "This is the most insane application. I had to do it myself." So he did it, and it was hilarious. So he just tweeted me, I think, or Instagrammed me, and goes, "Oh my God, you added more pages to the questionnaire."
Oh my goodness,
I said, "Fill it out. Let's see if you can get on the show."
that's amazing.
So yeah, but it's because we need, it's so time consuming.
Yeah.
So we also want to know if someone's vested themselves to take the time to do it, and it helps us start to get to know you, as sooner than later or quicker than just meeting you face to face.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time and energy on each person.
Yeah.
So
It takes me like 20 minutes to get ready for each audition, to like thoroughly go through the application and the answers and like, write down some notes and like look at pictures, look them up on social media. It takes me a long while to get ready for an audition, just so I can come in prepared and let them know, hey, I read your application. It really mattered to me, and like, let's tell your story.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's very neat because I feel like a lot of people, I mean, as an actor, you think, oh, well, the casting people, they don't know anything about me. They don't care to like look into like,
Sure.
But they do, and you guys really do, and especially for a show like this because you have to, because it's all about who they are as a person and if you can work with them and what their story is. But obviously, you guys, you do the questionnaire, you would meet them in person, and then you put them on a tape and send all of your finalists to Chloe.
Right. So what happens is, and this is, different than a lot of the other shows that are happening right now. We don't do any Skypes unless they're in another city. And then if we like them and they're going on to a callback, they'll have to come out in person. Okay. Because they also have to end up being in LA. So that commitment has to end up, for real for them, that they would have to be here during the filming. And then it makes sense for their reveal that people are here in LA.
Right.
So we go back to one-on-one because I can't interview someone on a Skype to try and figure out, these stories, the trauma, what was their bumps in the road with their journey, and also their body. You can't tell what that's like on Skype.
And of course, they're gonna try to like maybe have it to where it's here, kind of just because they don't want to put it out there yet.
Sure.
So,
So
I mean,
that one-on-one is key. So that also takes us longer as well because it's a one-on-one. We have several interviewing stations, or interview rooms, but still, you figure one person is at least 3-4 hours out of your time, at least.
Wow.
That's a long time.
Then because we also pre-qual first. So once they fill an application, you have, before you do your 20-minute, before you go into your interview, you've already spent 30 minutes or 40 minutes on the phone with them.
Oh my gosh.
It's very in-depth. And then from there, then I work with the editor and put together the editing of the interview, which then goes to the executive producers and to Chloe and to E.
Wow.
So it's a lot. It's a lot.
So they have to jump through a lot of hoops before that even shows. I mean, because Chloe, her time is limited, so you have to do all of this to show her. Okay, these are the people that we are bringing to you, and then how many more are cut then after she sees these?
It's not something we can really talk to. Is like cut here or there. It just becomes it's a natural process. The ones that just have hit every box, and the right ones rise to the top.
Right.
But we go through many many
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
before we can get to that. Yes, it's
Wow.
massive. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's insane. Well, what is like one of the craziest stories that you've had like during the auditioning process? Has there been a contestant that just does something off the wall that you're just like, whoa, where did this come from? Or I wasn't expecting you to bring that up.
Oh my gosh, that's a good question. Well, we get a lot of crying, which happens. And I guess I would say, so they end up revealing something in that room that they didn't put on the application. As we're interviewing them, it'll start to go down the path, and then they'll tell something that they weren't ready to put down on paper yet. So I think that's rewarding, and I feel like a breakthrough, and that is something that was like, wow, you just shared, you opened up. That's amazing. I don't think on this one I can say that I've had too many surprises. I don't know about you.
I was very surprised that Michael could twerk. He twerked in the,
What?
in the audition, in the interview room. Yeah, he twerked.
That's
Michael
Okay, that's
was
a
the
good one.
veteran.
Okay, that's a good one.
For those of you who don't remember, he's the veteran who
Yeah,
is
yeah.
super like manly and like deep voice and like. So I would
Yeah.
not expect him to do that in the interview.
And Mike applied, and then he decided he didn't want to do it.
Yeah, he was
Really?
telling us that.
And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, Mike. And then Donna would talk to him, and then I would wait a couple weeks, and I would talk to him. It wasn't until we were ready to start shooting, almost a few weeks before,
Oh wow.
that Mike came back in, and we're like, you should really consider this. This is really right for you.
That's cool.
And now
Yeah.
he's so grateful. I saw him the other day, and he was like, "You changed my life. You literally
Oh
changed
my
my life." Like,
gosh.
I was like, "Oh!" And he invited me to train with him and Aaron. They're still trained together.
Wow, that's cool. And the fact that you guys added Aaron Williamson on this past season was a great, very tailored to Mike.
Right.
So I thought that was great, and it brought a great story and shed some light on some very important things as well. So it shows that the show is always evolving, and you guys are always trying to figure out, okay, who can we reach next?
And exactly what was some great stories that we're looking for this season is, and trainers to match some of those stories. So, we're branching out a little
Okay.
bit.
It's very important for us that the trainers will be able to connect with the cast
Right.
members because, it's like Corey had to talk with Ken, and Corey was telling him about his humble beginnings and that he lost his mom at a young age, just like Ken did. So it's very important that they will be able to, relate to one another or like have something in common or
Yeah.
connect.
If they can't relate, it's really hard.
Right.
Again, it's a
Yeah.
mind, body, and soul transformation. That's what it's about. Yeah.
That's so
And trust. So
Trust is a big
Corey
thing.
was able to trust. Ken was able to trust Corey because now he has something in common with him.
And you wouldn't, when you look at the two, you would not think that they would have anything
Yeah.
in
Oh
common.
my God, no!
Not at all.
Not
if
at
they
all.
walked down the street, they would probably never meet each other
Yeah.
ever. Yeah.
So it's so cool that like the layers were peeled back, and it was like, oh wow, they really do have something in common, and just seeing them work together, because you wouldn't have thought that they would have worked well together in the beginning. So seeing them kind of come together once he was more honest with Corey about his story and everything was very neat.
Yeah, even Will and Gunnar, you wouldn't say necessarily
No.
put those two together
Yeah.
in a million years.
And they didn't get along in the beginning at all. Yeah.
But I think it has a lot to say about our trainers though too, because they open up as well. For them to share their personal stories and things that they've gone through, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, do you guys have a favorite trainer and a favorite contestant, or
That's good. I like that.
like who's your top, like number one, number two trainer and contestant?
Oh God, this is like if I don't answer, do I have to eat something?
Yeah, like the James
like
Corden.
or whatever.
Bring
that
out the
one is.
snake head. Bring it out.
I'm gonna throw someone under the bus or no. Okay, I guess I could answer.
Okay.
Aw.
You go first.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I'm dear to my heart is Ken Kitchen because it was a lot of work for me, and I believed in him, and I am very vested in him. So Ken and Mike Kolb, for those reasons, really, really important to me. Sutka was another one that was important to me too because although she was very different, and I knew it was going to be a challenging story, but I thought it was a good story to tell. A girl from India going to school here.
Oh,
It's very different, right?
Very different.
So I think of those. And then trainers, Oh my God.
Ah,
I love them all.
no, I mean I'm sure you do, but I can see in your eyes it's almost like you're swooning over one. Like you wanna mention somebody. Is it Luke or is it Corey?
Oh my God. Well, I think in the very beginning I did have a huge thing for Corey.
Okay.
Because the first time I went to see him in the gym, I was just like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? And he told me who he was.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to say that interview was actually pretty phenomenal. So I think I liked that from him. And he was new on the scene. He was new on the scene, but he was getting his creds from, working with Michael B. Jordan.
Absolutely.
And, I think Chloe saw that and, his style and what he could do. So I think, and the other ones, I mean, Simone de la Rue, I come from a dancer background. That's what I grew up with. So it's like she's, one of my faves. But I love Lacey. I love Harley. I love Gunnar. I love all of them.
I will say I swoon for Simone.
Simone,
oh my gosh,
she's one of the faves.
Yes.
I've never been into older women, but like I'm into her. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like she came in and like she's always so sweet. Like every time I ever go to work out at her place or whatever, but she's so like invested in everything she does, and she's so beautiful and like just the whole package. And I'm over here like, I'm here for you.
I'm here.
Inside and out. Because I filmed with her last season, so she trained the cast member that I filmed with too. So she is so sweet and she is so kind and she does everything like from the bottom of her heart, and it's
And who can't deny a dancer body?
Yeah,
it's so true.
She
Yeah,
has an
But it
amazing
is.
body.
See, that's another type of workout that you would not even imagine to keep yourself in crazy shape. But dancers, it's a hard workout.
I've never sweat so much in a workout.
Oh my
Then
gosh.
and you too.
Yes,
We did
we
the
were dying.
dance cardio.
Oh,
I had never sweat so much in my
She
entire
keeps
life.
on inviting me to do her, like
we
her
gotta
and her
do it. We
assistant
have to do
Jonathan.
it. I know.
You
We have
should.
to do
Yes.
Do it,
It
and
was a
I'm
lot of
like,
fun.
I'm so scared of the trampoline. I'm like so scared. I can't jump to save my life. I'm like, I can.
Oh,
like,
we've had
be,
people
like, balance.
We've had people interviewed right now going, as long as I don't have to do that trampoline.
Oh,
I go, I just don't want to do that trampoline. And I'm like, okay,
so
we'll
funny.
see.
And that's when you put them with her because it makes for
You
good
never
TV.
know, right?
But no, the trampoline is very challenging. It's insane. But would you say she's one of your favorite trainers?
Oh my goodness.
So yes, Donna.
She was trying to get out of the question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did film with Gunnar, Corey, and Simone last season,
Okay.
and I loved all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
really,
definitely
really.
some of the top.
They're
for
all
sure.
great. They're all
They're all
great.
great,
It's yes.
And I have mutual friends with Corey, so it's just like we go way back.
No, yeah.
But so he's just like this. Yeah.
I mean, they're also good. I mean, Aaron was, like you said, amazing. Luke came in. Latrielle. Lacey is phenomenal.
Amazing.
She doesn't give up at all.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
so caring. She's
Yeah.
so nice. Like,
Like, can
We're
we?
not forgetting anyone, are we?
There's a lot of them.
Like, who am I
Can we
forgetting?
expect to see? Obviously, there's probably going to be some new trainers like there were in season 2. But can we expect to see some of our favorite people return?
You know, I'm
No?
sure we can't really say that right
I had to try.
That was good. That was good. Well, what they say is, if it's not broke, you don't have to change. Wait. If
You
it's
don't
not
have to fix
broke,
it.
you don't
Don't
fix
fix
it.
it.
Right,
Yeah,
that's right.
exactly.
I was gonna try and change the saying.
Yeah.
So if it works, it works. But here's the thing: people's schedules.
You're right.
It's
Right.
like we just don't know. The timing on everything. That's a
Right.
big ordeal too. So we always have to be prepared.
That's
and the
cool.
trainers give out a lot of their time.
a lot.
A lot of their time for our cast members. Yeah.
And are we going to see Chloe? I know she just, had a baby and she's doing I see her on a Snapchat still working out, but
Yeah.
is it going to be a flip this season or is she still actually going to be there to talk to the
I believe
contestants?
she. I mean, I can only imagine she has to be there.
Right.
It is
it's her show, but
It is her show, and it's very relatable right now. She just had a baby.
yeah.
So she's gonna be, getting the body back in shape.
Yeah.
True.
So she'll have a lot to talk about to some of the, hopefully upcoming new applicants. But yeah, we hope we see a lot of her, of course.
I'm like, it's not a show without Chloe.
Exactly.
Right?
I think it's called Revenge Body with
With
Khloe
Khloe
Kardashian.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna be sneaky and be like, oh no, I had my baby.
Yeah. Then that's when she passes it to Kim, and it would be Revenge Body with Kim
Exactly.
Kardashian.
Right.
That would be interesting too. Like if Chloe could do one season, that'd be interesting to see.
She would have her sisters fill in every episode.
Yeah, that's another
that
whole
would be
spinoff.
amazing.
Right?
Wow.
All these spinoffs you could do.
I know.
Or they could all come together.
That would be cool too.
I would love that too.
One big force, yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, Kim did a cameo, like she was in one of the episodes.
Yes.
With Ken Kitchen, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
we had to
cool.
pick him up off the floor. He was so. he was just like, what?
Yeah. His reaction is just to run. He just
Yeah,
runs.
he
He's
just
like,
runs every time. But he I
funny.
think he texted me for 2 weeks every day after that. I was like, thank you,
Aw.
you changed my life.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the most
That's
amazing
amazing.
experience.
Yeah, I think I got those two at 1, 2 in the morning.
Ah.
We're like, okay, oh, it's Ken.
That's
it's Ken.
amazing.
Okay, it's Ken. What time do you go to bed?
Right? That's good. Well, before we go, we had to do this thing called Tea Time, where we kind
Okay.
of talk about some of the things happening in their world because we love keeping up. So let's talk about this. Obviously, this is True. Adorable. Chloe is still contemplating giving True a middle name or not. She says it was enough pressure to pick a first name, and she mentions how she has a couple names in mind but isn't completely sure about it yet. But I can't even think of something that would go with True something Thompson. I don't know.
True Dat Thompson.
True that. Oh my gosh. That's so good.
DAT though.
True that.
DAT.
They could go with Jay-Z and call it True Blue.
Oh my
True
gosh.
Blue Thompson.
True Blue.
I feel like Beyonce might be a little
I
upset.
know. Oh, she'd be mad.
Thomas with Beyonce.
Yeah, exactly. Don't go there.
Exactly.
True.
I know. Maybe after her mother Chris, or maybe after MJ.
Okay.
True
yeah.
Mary Jo.
Love, True Love Thompson.
True love.
Ooh.
That's
Pretty.
nice.
I like this. We're giving her all these ideas.
I
She-
know.
No, Chloe, just call me.
Yeah.
We'll
Call her
figure
up.
this out.
True Buzz. True Buzz.
True
Buzz.
Buzz.
The
I've
best.
seen Buzz. True Buzz.
If Beyonce hadn't named her child Blue Ivy, I think True Blue
Would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
great. Yeah,
True
absolutely.
Blue sounds, yeah.
Absolutely. And then I ran into Kendall the other day. I was so excited.
Oh my God, look
Oh,
at you.
so
Look
cute.
at you.
It was honestly one of the best moments ever. I was actually at the Woodland Hills mall
there, okay.
right after they had brought these flyers over to me and my friends. Someone said, "Is that Kendall Jenner?" And I was like, "Oh, that's funny,"
Yeah.
And then someone started running, and I was like, someone started running after her, and I was like, "Oh, I've got to see if this is Kendall because she's one of my favorite people ever." So I went after her, and she was with one of her friends, and I don't like to go up to people. I don't like to go up to people if they're facing the other way, because then they're like, "This kid's coming from behind me, like he
Right,
must have
scary.
followed me,"
Right.
So I kind of stayed back, and she turned and threw something in a trash can, and she kind of looked over as she was about ready to get into her friend's car, and I was like, "Hi, Kendall." I was like, "I'm sorry to bother you. I just wanted to tell you that I work for AfterBuzz TV, and we do the show Kardashians Weekly. We talk about your family every week, and I'm like, you inspire me so much, and I just really appreciate you." And I didn't know what to expect, because I was like, she's either going to be like, okay, cool, and get in the car. And she literally looked at me, she's like, "That is so sweet. I'm so happy to meet you." And she did this, to give me a hug.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm allowed to touch her. So I gave her a hug, and she's so sweet. And then I'm like, "Do you mind if I get a photo real quick?" And she was so nice. And
Such a good photo, too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
People don't realize how nice they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't expect them to be this nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a big moment. I was excited
That's
about it.
cool. Look, you guys are wearing the same colors.
I know, right? So that was really exciting. I texted Howard, and he was so mad. He was like, "Are you kidding me
I
right
was
now?"
so jealous. I'm not gonna lie. Kendall's one of my faves besides Chloe. Those are my two top faves. And
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And before moving on to Kim, I wanted to mention that Kiley was kind of defending herself this week because she just came out with another pop-up shop in San Fran, which was really cool. She hadn't had a pop-up shop since, she'd been pregnant and everything. So she didn't show up for a few hours because, for safety reasons, she had to go after it had been open for a while, and she had to work with the police to know when it was safe to go in and when they could block off the roads to get her there. But everyone just assumed, "Oh, well, she doesn't care, she's late." And she's like, "No, they tell me when I'm allowed to go."
Yeah.
So she kind of stuck up for herself, and it kind of gave you a little bit of insight into, okay, well, there's a lot that goes on to get her from one place to another.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
She can't just show up. She has to like plan these things out. So that was kind of interesting to get like the backstory.
You never know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
No, there all kinds of stuff,
Yeah.
especially today.
It's insane for sure.
Yeah.
And then also we have a segment called Glam. So we've picked who we think is the best dressed this week on Instagram. Of course, we have Kim.
Wow.
I don't.
Sexy.
Do you guys remember what? Do you know what event she was at, Howard?
I don't remember, but I know I do remember
looks like
somebody else wore
Versace.
this
Yeah.
dress. Yeah.
But I love this. I think this, and she always is wearing the color contacts now, which are pretty cool.
Yeah.
She wore them at the Met Gala, I think.
Yeah.
right, with the lashes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty.
And then of course here's Courtney bikini bod here at the ocean.
Looks
which
like
is-
she's topless.
It really
I
does,
know.
but she's
Doesn't
not.
it? I'm
She's
looking,
not.
I'm like, going, oh my gosh, is that
I know.
topless?
Courtney is having the time of her life now.
Oh my
is.
god. Yeah, she
She
definitely
looks
is.
amazing.
Yeah. I feel like ever since she's been with Eunice, she's just felt younger and like kind of gotten her self-confidence back and just seems very happy. So that's
Yes.
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. And of
Oh.
course, my girl Kendall,
Oh my gosh.
looking great.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. She's such like a natural beauty to me.
Yeah.
I just love it.
This is an interesting photo because she usually, like when I met her, she's very natural most of the time. She doesn't wear a lot of makeup. But this is one where she's actually like full glammed out. So it's always interesting to see because when she hits the runway, she obviously has to do all of this. So
Right.
either way, though, she looks incredible.
Yeah.
And we have
Who can look that good in a robe?
I know, exactly. And then we have Kiley, which she was on her way to the pop-up shop here, and she always looks incredible. And can you believe the bounce back she had after this baby? Like,
She got
know.
snatched real quick.
I
Like
know.
that. Her like waist just snatched. Oh
know.
my
Yeah.
god.
Is that what you call it?
snatch.
Snatched.
Yes. And of course, I wanted to show Chloe, but Chloe didn't post anything this week.
Oh,
So she's kind of
okay.
took a little bit of break. She's gearing up for Revenge Body. She's trying to get her own Revenge
Revenge
Body.
body
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's kind of go down the line here. Who do you choose best dressed of the week?
Oh my goodness, that's so tough.
Okay.
Or, you know, best dressed, obviously you can't really see much of her out
Yeah.
here. Like the whole package, like
The whole package
the
from
pose,
the photos?
the you know,
Whose photo
everything.
would you like?
Yeah. Double tap.
Okay. Oh.
Kim. For me, it's Kim.
Yeah?
Yeah, Kim's photo.
That was a great photo.
And I think I'd go with Kendall.
Okay.
I mean, wait.
That's Kiley.
Kendall. Oh my God, bathrobe girl.
Okay,
Bathrobe
bathrobe.
girl. I'm getting them all mixed
Kendall
up.
Jenner.
Yeah.
What about you, Howard?
I think I would have to go with Kim.
Okay.
I liked it. Yeah, the whole dress.
It's a new look. She keeps on reinventing
Yeah,
herself,
that's
and that's
true.
what I
That's
like
true.
about her so much. Yeah, it's a new look, and she looks amazing.
Yeah,
And
she's so different lately. She's been like, I don't know, it's like a whole new person.
well, her body is crazy now.
Oh my gosh.
Like
Oh my
insane.
gosh.
She's
Yeah.
like, and now she's doing like on her app. She's doing like a lot of fitness stuff. So
Oh,
yeah.
That's cool.
So check out her app. I swear I'm not the spokesperson
Right.
for it, but
But she has a new trainer that she works with or has been
Right.
working with for a while.
Melissa.
And intense. Like she works her out. Like
Oh,
so
yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's on a strict diet, and she's really sticking to it, and like her body is amazing, and you can tell like in her face she slimmed down a lot.
Yeah.
But
Well,
she's,
she
like,
had her
rocking it really well.
baby weight, even though she didn't carry this baby. She got to get back into shape, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Even though she
They all had those babies.
That's right.
Yeah, as I said, whether you're actually carrying or not, you
Right.
still go through it.
Can you guys confirm who is now going to be pregnant?
Chris? No,
Right? That would be insane.
Caitlin? I don't know. Caitlin? Is
Yeah.
it possible?
I think it's Kendall's turn, you know.
I know.
You know?
And
Yeah.
Kendall has said before, she's like, no, I'm good for a while. She's like, sometimes I look at all the babies that have, you know,
Right.
just been born and I'm thinking, oh, maybe I have baby fever. And she's like, I quickly become like, okay, no,
Exactly.
I'm good for a while.
Well, she's also a model, so she has to, you know.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like it's a, you know, still
Still
the beginning of her
lots.
career.
Yep.
And she's young too, so
Definitely.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
So much
Yes,
fun.
thank you.
Before we
Likewise.
leave, what is the one thing that you hope fans will take home from season 3 of Revenge Body?
How about we just say the next show? The biggest thing we want them to take away, I mean, again, to, you know, the idea or to plant in their brains that you can do it too. You know, it's all possible. It's completely possible. But, you know, even if you can't get the Hollywood trainer and you can't get Chloe to talk to through your process, there are ways to make it happen. Just like you did. You followed what was going on in the show and you did it on your own. So, reach out. And also too, we're here for you too. If you just want to talk about how can I get started, what can I do in my hometown, we can definitely help you out.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's very awesome that you
We
do that.
definitely, we love our people.
Yes.
We love our people.
Even the cast members, Jill has like a program that she, it's 8-week program that she's from season 1, and several people that came in to interview with me had told me, oh, like I lost 30 pounds from Jill's program. I was like,
Wow.
That's right. You do
Yeah.
have the whole support of everybody that's been on the show.
Yeah, so
That's
'cause they
amazing.
learn a lot and they love sharing what they learned with their followers. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I cannot wait. I'm so excited for season 3.
know.
And I'm very excited that there is a season 3 because I'm always like waiting after, a season ends. I'm like, okay, how's it going to go? Like, are they going to get renewed? So I'm super thankful that you guys are renewed.
Well, we have to, I think E still has to make the big announcement.
Oh, okay. So you
going.
don't.
So it's up in the air.
So you guys are doing all
we
this.
just keep casting. We
Okay.
are just
Just
keep
gonna wait till you
on
over there.
casting.
Right.
That's right. We're like, okay, so yes, we have to make sure that we make that correction. E is the one that'll let us know. But
Interesting.
but for us, it's valuable enough for us to invest our time into it now.
Yes, absolutely. Awesome. And then where can everyone find you on social media once again?
So it's DANAASADI. It's Donna, but it's pronounced it's Donna, but it's spelled like DANA
Okay.
because I'm foreign. ASADI, all one word.
And mine is at Conlin TV.
And mine is at Howard III on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
All right, and you guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you,
and
guys.
we will keep up with you next time.
We'll keep up with you too.
Hi, why am I looking?
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.